Good morning, everybody. I'm just coming to you this morning to give you a quick flip through of these two grandma prayer books. And they're going to be shipped out tomorrow. One is going to Canada and one is going to Washington State. I need to spend a little bit more time on them today to be sure I've got the glue strings and just this and that out, and then make sure they're wrapped securely and all that. The one going to Washington State will be shipped 2-day priority. The one going to Canada, I can't do that because it's just so expensive. But anyway, we've got that all lined out. But these are spoken for, and I just wanted to give you a quick peek at them and see what we got here. So let's just lay one of them aside. I love the bowl material because I don't do anything to it. I got the idea from Mary. I bought a book from her, and her bows were, or the bow on that one was made out of this, and I love this. I got mine at Hobby Lobby. I don't know where she gets hers, but I love that fabric for the bows. Okay, this is just the front, and this is going to be a quick flip through. I have got so much reading in here, extra things that I have never put in them before. They both wanted writing journals, so there's a lot of writing space in here, but they're both going through really rough times and physically, and I just wanted to give them some really something that would really lift them up, it just help in any way that I could. So I really put extra thought and time into these books, and it's taken a whole lot longer than I thought it was going to once I got them started. But let's just get going and see. Have the front. I'll try to go slow on the look through because I'm so bad about just zipping through the pages. I've got a lot of little inserts in here. Every page has an insert in it. There's the Holy Bible. These little things are really cute. I got this idea from that Lucina, or whatever her name is. She has a junk journal channel, and she just did some of these the other day, and so I just did a couple and put them in these books. They are so cute, but I did them, for the prayer books, with the theme of the prayer books. So this is the page that I put in all the prayer books. I'm not getting it in there already. Hang on. Let's see here. Okay, and let me show you this. This is some paper. This is Stampera. I love the pads of paper from Amazon. Everybody knows the nightmare I've had with Etsy. I get so excited finding papers that I like on Etsy, and then I can't find them. I don't know enough about computers. I can't find them, or I don't download them right. I had a computer tech here just a while back working on the computers, and he helped me a little bit, so I got a few off that I really wanted. And but this is some bigger, longer readings in here, and it's about the power of prayer and scriptures and where to find scriptures for this and that. But I love this Stampera paper, and this is called Old Lace, and it's just shades of brown, different patterns and things of brown. Put that back. And I'll straighten all this up later. This is the Old Country Church page. And these images are in all the old prayer books, grandma prayer books. That's just a tuck I often put in there. I love these. Get them on Amazon. This is just a book for some writing space. They both wanted places to write, and I've got quite a few secret tucks and things in here, places to write. So I'll put that back. This is the Grandpa and Grandma praying at the table. It says miracles happen for those who believe. Both they and I are looking for a miracle right now, and we're all three praying in our own ways. And I just love that quote. All things are possible, only believe. Prayer is the key to heaven, but faith unlocks that door. If you pray believing, that's what the Bible says. Pray always. And this is just some little scriptures. Love that. Just love that. This is another little pad that I just made for writing. And just scraps of paper can be tucked into this, for more writing space. Okay, let's see here. And this is the back page, and it's the pocket. There are not too many pages in this book, maybe 10, counting front and back. But the book is absolutely crammed with a lot of readings. There's just so many readings and things in here. This is the this is the mustard seed miracle envelope. I've been making those for years, and I just made that up. There's one mustard seed in each of these envelopes that I make, and it says, I have a mustard seed, and I'm not afraid to use it. This says, prayer does so many things. It heals, comforts, strengthens, and brings you faith. So that's what we're all three believing. We all three have some issues that we need some answers to, and we're praying God's will in that direction. This is the prayer quilt. I put that in all the little prayer books, and it's the Grandma Prayer Quilt. And it has the little prayer quilt poem on it, and this is some more quotes and things, and scriptures, and just all kinds. There's a lot of stuff in that right there. So I love this. It says, how big is this problem on a scale of 1 to God? Oops, how big is this problem on a scale of 1 to God? Love, love, love that. Okay, so that's it on that. And the other one is the very same. So I'm going to close that up like that. Let me lay it aside for just a minute. And then this is 2 books that I'm going to put a book in each one. I get these on Amazon, and I can't tell you how many of these I've given away. It's Be a Circle Maker by Mark Batterson. And this is the best, most encouraging book, and it talks about how to really concentrate on specific prayers, and it's very simplified. I needed simplified for it to work for me. And this is a little 29 gifts thing that I do. I just put it in all of my books. When I can think, I just put it in the box when I ship out the book. And it's 29 gifts. How a month of giving can change your life. When I first started doing this, I bought the book, and that is the name of the book, and that's the cover. I just copied it. When I first bought this book several years ago, and I started doing this, you do 29 days of giving, random things, just simple things, 29 days in a row. And if you forget one day, you have to start over. So, but I managed, and I used to do it in November because that's the day of Thanksgiving, and, you know, that's the season for giving and all this stuff. So I would do it at Thanksgiving time. And there's so many things. It says just a sincere compliment, that counts. You cannot do it for a member of your household only one time, for someone in your household. Or an immediate family member. This is for people at random, or old friends across the miles, or, you know, people in your church or community that you know are going through a rough time. Just do some little simple thing for them, and that counts as your day. A slice of pie to a neighbor, a meal to someone less fortunate, a phone call to a shut-in, a call to someone you've lost contact with, and just so many things. One day I went to the gas station, and I thought, you know, I'd seen this thing on Facebook where this one man goes, he collects money all year long, and then he goes to a gas station in Clarksville, Tennessee, and he just parks and watches for people at random and fills up their car. Well, I'm not fortunate enough to be able to fill up people's cars, but I did go in and park, and I thought, I'm just going to park and put $10 in somebody's car at random. So I parked, and I waited and waited and waited and waited, and I thought, you know, most of these people are better off than me. So, but in a minute, this old rickety truck pulled in, and this young man got out, looked like he was probably a young dad, and you could tell he was a mechanic or something. He was all greasy, and his truck was all banged up. It was a real old truck, and he was going to put gas in his car. So I thought, okay, that's my gift for today, and that's one of the few things that I did. Now I would take a meal, you know, or even a deli meal or something like that, once in a blue moon. But most of these things don't cost hardly anything. So that just made my day to be able to do that, because I know he appreciated it, and he was putting $2 worth of gas in his car, so, or his truck. So there's just ideas in there how to do it. A note of appreciation to the mail carrier for being out in all the weather. A thank you note to someone. Write personal notes of appreciation to your pastor. Put a personal writing kit with stamps and envelopes for an elderly person that likes to send cards and things, or to someone in a nursing home. Just so many things. And so that goes in most of my books when I think to do it. So that's going out today. Now, I'm going to see if I can do this without even moving these. This is just some little books. I have already got the books put together, and this is what I'm calling the 507 books, because I got the idea from, this is my favorite right here. I love that book. I got the idea from, no, where's my mind? It's too early in the morning, 1 cup of coffee. Hang on. Got the idea from Leslie at 507 Willow House Journals. I love to watch her make the journals. I'm not into the Monday thing with the Christmassy stuff, because I don't want to be thinking. Christmas is hard on me, and I don't want to be thinking about it in January and February and March. I want to move on to other things, and then when Christmas time rolls around, I try to be ready, but I don't do even Christmas journals. But anyway, I got the idea from her, because she's doing these little slender books. And I love these little slender books. So I've got several here that's already started, and I'm going to try to wrap a couple of those up, and they're going to be very inexpensive. They will be very neat, and it's always fun to do these. I've done 2 or 3 already, and I've given some things away like that, and I love to do them. So I'm going to do 2 or 3 of those just in the next few days, and then next week I'm going to start on 2 Grandma Wisdom journals that I have orders for. One is a small one and one is a large one. And one is for a local lady, and the other is for one of the friends in our grandma group. So I'll get going on those. I'll do the small one first, and then I'll get going on the bigger one, because that will, of course, take a lot more time. Okay, these images all came, most of my images are free printables off of Pinterest. I love Etsy. I just have a hard time with Etsy because of my inability to use the computer. And I've had a computer for 20 years, but all I do is type on it. My daughter set everything up. I know how to type, and I know how to click and paste, copy and paste, and I know how to put things in a draft that she made for me so I can do my stories and move them to my Facebook page, and I do that every day. On my Facebook page, Kay Comer, and I invite you to follow me there. It's just inspirational, funny, just things that are going on. My journey with losing 1 kidney has been on there, and I just did an update on that the other day. Let's see, where was I going with that? I've given the list. I gave the list in the last video of where I bought from on Etsy, and it's in the last video. But so many of those things I have never uploaded or downloaded or something right and found. So, but these Stampero pads it's beautiful paper. There are so many themes. You can get the little images and all that too on pages, and beautiful pages of paper. So that's mainly, and then I like just a lot of grunched up newspaper, book pages and things like that. Copy paper. Let's talk just a minute about the kidneys. So I wanted to wait till the end, so those of you that don't care about your health, everybody wants to live to be 102, but nobody wants to do anything to help themselves get there. So this kidney thing just came out of nowhere. I went for a physical. I was having a little bit of trouble in the gallbladder area, I thought. And so I told the doctor, I thought my gallbladder has not functioned since 1999. But he said, we're going to leave it in there. If you don't have any pain, we're going to let it go. So I thought, and I told him, I said, I think the gallbladder has finally kicked up. I think I need something, an ultrasound or something, to take a look at it because it feels like it's growing, and I'm afraid it's going to rupture. He said, okay, we'll do an ultrasound. So we did an ultrasound. The gallbladder was okay, but he saw a little something on the kidney. He couldn't tell what it was. So he said, I'm going to send you back now for an MRI, and we'll see what that was. Well, it was a little cyst, a big cyst, growing on the top of the kidney, and it was the size of a lime already. And he said, we've got to get that out of there because 80% of these are malignant. And he said, it's so big, I believe it's malignant. I said, oh my gosh, yes, schedule me. Let's do it tomorrow. But he had to send me to a surgeon, and he had to send me to one that specializes in kidney surgeries. And so I got through that, and then I had to go to a nephrologist who kind of follows you after the surgery because your kidney function drops in half if you lose a kidney. So first day in there, he had done my blood work. You had to go a few days before to get your blood work, and he came in and he said, I hate to tell you this, but your kidney function is 24 and 15 is dialysis. He said you were 40 before surgery, so that surgery has dropped it down to 24, the GFR. So I was just sick. I said, what? I had no idea I had any kind of kidney damage or kidney problems of any kind. Nobody had ever told me I had even been through stage 1, 2, or 3, and now I'm in stage 4. I just could not believe it. So I'm having a hard time dealing with the bitterness of that because my family doctor was getting my blood work. And he knew all along I was going downhill in my kidneys, and he would say, drink more water. Well, what does that mean to a person that does not like water? They're going to say, well, you drink water. You want somebody to drink water? You drink it. I don't like water. I'm fine. But no, I wasn't fine, and I did not know it because he didn't go on to explain to me how serious this was. And I will always regret that, and I'm having a really, really, really hard time dealing with the bitterness towards him for letting me go like this and getting it so bad, because I would have never, ever let this happen. Now, I could not have avoided the cyst on my kidney. Those things just happen. It says as you grow older, these things do just happen. But he said there are 14 million or more people walking around the United States right now with severe kidney damage, and they do not know. He said everybody should be checking their GFR at every blood work, physical, whatever. When you get your labs, check your own numbers. Don't trust that doctor. You have to be your own advocate, be your own doctor. And if that number is below 60, you're already in stage 2 right there. And it's not going to get better if you don't work on it. It's going to go downhill from there. And everybody's GFR goes down a little bit as they age. But, boy, it's been a struggle. It has really been a struggle. I feel good. I have energy like before. My back hurts a lot. There are days I just can't work on books because my back is hurting so bad. But I can manage my housework. And I preach this all the time, I never let house or family go to work on my crafts or my books. And I will never do that. It's not that important to me. I love to do it, but my house and family will always come first. So I always keep the house up no matter what. And my craft room, we're not talking about the craft room. I just close that door and I say, if you enter this room, we'll have to shoot you. I'll have to shoot you. So... but I am going to get in there and get that cleaned up. But because I can't think, and that's why I just make a tray and take it to the kitchen table. I like to work at the kitchen table anyway because I like to be around everything, all the commotion, Billy in and out and all this stuff. So just check your GFR when you get your labs next time, or if you've just had them, look at your papers and see what your GFR is. And then you can get the chart. Just Google GFR chart for kidney function, for kidney disease, whatever. Because you can be on dialysis before you know it. I had no clue. I didn't feel bad at all. I didn't feel bad with the tumor, but I could tell something was growing in there, and I could tell it was getting bigger pretty quick. And so I knew it had to come out. So then during the MRI, they also found a little cyst on the pancreas, and he So they sent me to a pancreatic doctor. I'm collecting doctors also besides my buttons and all this papers and stuff. So he sent me to a pancreatic doctor. So he did some testing, and he said it's a tiny, tiny cyst. I don't expect it to ever do anything. But he said we're going to keep a close eye on it, and you'll have a test again in 6 months. So he had me scheduled for April, and now my GFR has not come up high enough. My kidney doctor says if I take the MRI right now with dye, it will destroy what progress I've made, and I'll be back down to right on the brink of dialysis again. So right now I'm worrying about the cyst on the pancreas. I just want to know it's okay and not growing, and so I can move on. But just keep track of your own blood work. Look at your labs, and if you don't understand what something is, it tells on there, the chart, the range all your numbers are supposed to be in. And if they're not in that range, if if it says H or L on there, they're either too high, are higher than they're supposed to be, or they're lower than they're supposed to be. So look up those things and find out what they are, and then find out what you have to do to turn it around. So, okay, I'm going to get off here. I was a whole lot longer than I meant to be. I've talked longer about health, I think, than I did about the books. But these books are going out tomorrow. And I'll have these, I have to take today. Today will be full by the time I get them wrapped and make sure everything's okay, up to snuff with on all that. And then I have housework, of course, to do, and cooking, and so. But I'll try to get on these maybe Fridays, because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right up in the middle of the day. So I'm going to do my errands, and I need some old cutter quilts and some old white doilies and things. So I'm going to get out and do a little junking when I go to the doctor and try to find some of that stuff. Okay, I'm going to get off of here. Hope you all have a super duper grand and groovy day. Hope you get a little kindness and spread a little kindness absolutely everywhere you go. And I'll be back real soon, Lord willing, and that creek don't rise, with another video.